Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering Quarter 2 of 2020 sees a staggering 140 million malware attacks. Zeppelin Ransomware makes a comeback using new Trojan, and ZShlayer, new Mac malware heavily obfuscates ZSH scripts to bypass security tools. 2020 has been a year like no other we've experienced. The year started normally for most of us, but a world away in China, the seeds were being sown for a global pandemic. While in America, feelings surrounding social justice issues were about to boil over into a national movement in cities all across the US. While opportunistic hackers have decided to use these movements to capitalize on a citizenry looking for information related to these major 2020 themes. Hackers are using fake COVID-19 and Black Lives Matter phishing emails as bait to lure victims. A recent report from security firm Quick Heal Technologies shows that more than 143 million malware threats were detected in computers during the April to June quarter. The month of June saw a staggering 64 million cases alone, which indicated an uptick as the summer began. Some experts believe that this new malware spike is related to the opening of businesses as the world begins to reopen its economy in the aftermath of COVID. Quick Heal also said that malware was responsible for 38% of the total Android infections during the same quarter, followed by pup and adware. According to Quick Heal, cybercriminals are taking advantage of the COVID-19 pandemic for spreading malware and infecting devices to steal victims' data. Attackers have been sending both fake COVID and Black Lives Matter themed phishing emails as hackers continue following and capitalizing on the news cycle. Part of the campaign has centered around phony offers of free data or subscriptions with a corrupted link provided as a penetration vehicle. Quick Heal discovered a series of messages offering free Netflix subscriptions from the domain netflix-usa.net. This link opens a page asking to share a message with ad pop-ups. The message in question was used by attackers to generate traffic for a particular website. Of all the malware infection types, Trojans, which are designed to mislead regarding their true intent, were responsible for 51% of these attacks. Quick Heal also saw that the famous TrickBot strain continues to thrive as a malware distributor. TrickBot is mostly employed as part of a phishing or email spam campaign, which tricks users into downloading the malware's payload. Recently, several of these campaigns used fake COVID-19 phishing and fake Black Lives Matter information. Quick Heal also pointed out the emergence of server message block or SMB exploits that allow for hackers to take control of the victim's machine remotely and crash any system in the network. SMB Ghost, SM Bleed, and SMB Lost are some of the vulnerabilities which have been observed since March of 2020. As always, these hacking campaigns' motives is to steal data and get sensitive information from victims that could be sold on the dark web. After a 6-month shelving, Zeppelin Ransomware has returned in late August of 2020, according to researchers at Juniper Threats Labs. The malware has changed a bit, however, and now uses an updated Trojan downloader in an effort to better hide its activities from AV programs. Zeppelin was initially discovered by Sentinel-1 security researcher Vitaly Kremez in 2019, primarily targeting IT and healthcare firms. Historically, it has been distributed using the ransomware as a service model. Zeppelin is a variant of another type of crypto-locking malware known as Burin ransomware, according to Juniper. Burin ransomware itself is a variation of another ransomware strain called Vega Locker. In the Zeppelin campaign from August of 2020, the Juniper researchers discovered that the operators of Zeppelin are using the same type of phishing techniques as in previous attacks. However, they have started using a new downloader that obscures the Trojan used in delivering the ransomware payload. According to Juniper, Zeppelin ransomware attacks begin with a victim receiving a phishing email disguised to look like an invoice of some sort. The phishing emails are delivered with a Microsoft Word attachment, which hides malicious VBA macros. Once the attachment is clicked on, macros are enabled and the attack starts, according to Juniper. The attached Word document contains Visual Basic scripts hidden within the text. This code is part of a technique that helps hide the Trojan that starts the infection process. Once macros are enabled, the text is extracted and written to a new file. When that document is closed, the second round of macros begins, and that further helps hide the attack. The second round of macro string then downloads a Trojan that installs the Zeppelin ransomware. Before it begins, the malware is programmed to sleep for 26 seconds to try to wait out dynamic analysis in an automated sandbox, and then runs the ransomware executable, according to the report. The unknown origins of the Zeppelin ransomware reboot. Juniper's report fails to shed light on the hackers behind Zeppelin. Still, the report does mention if an infected device has an IP address linked to Russia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, or Ukraine, the attack is immediately ended. This has caused many to speculate that the attacks may be from the region near those countries. Researchers have recently discovered a new macOS malware variant dubbed ZShlayer, which can mask itself to sneak past security tools in compromised target machines. ZShlayer, which is a variant of SHLAYER, does not conform to the original SHLAYER signatures and can go unnoticed by some malware scanners. Earlier versions of the SHLAYER malware were presented as a shell script executable on a removable .dmg disk image. This new version is delivered as part of a standard Apple application bundle inside the .dmg. Phil Stokes, a threat researcher at Sentinel-1, whose research discovered the strain, stated in the blog post, "Although bypassing Apple's notarization checks is obviously a headline grabber, this new variant of SHLAYER utilizes heavily obfuscated ZSH scripts and is in fact far more prolific in the wild." Stokes had discovered the ZShlayer while hunting for threats on VirusTotal. Stokes also told the website The Daily Swig, implications are that users' security tools may not recognize the initial infected application bundle as malware, as it doesn't conform to SHLAYER signatures. It is also apparent that ZShlayer infections are currently isolated to users who have downloaded tainted software outside the Apple ecosystem. Stokes also adds, "Most ZShlayer droppers that I saw are in Trojanized cracked software, so the usual caveat applies about avoiding downloading pirated versions of products." SHLAYER malware posed as an Adobe Flash software update and was first discovered in February of 2019. It resurfaced after it was found to have the ability to slip past Apple's notarizing checks. The campaign was initially spotted by a Twitter user named Peter Dantini, who passed his findings on to Mac security expert Patrick Wardle. This attack represents the first time any malicious code has gained Apple's notarization stamp of approval. Apple promptly revoked the developer code signing certificate abused in the SHLAYER campaign. You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like SpyHunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. SpyHunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. SpyHunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the SpyHunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. SpyHunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download SpyHunter today. Thanks for watching.